Did you know that each month in Central Oregon, an outstanding high school senior is recognized by the Center Foundation and its partners as a High Desert Hero, making them eligible for a prestigious scholarship and so much more? But this begs the question, what is a High Desert Hero?
I was looking for that student that was just kind of accomplishing great things more discreetly, flying under the radar, so to speak, and that was Lacy for me.
Oh, High Desert Hero, what could that be? And I just remember sitting back and being like, that is so cool. So cool, and just kind of like, you know, a little bit of like, yes, to myself. I've always just done things. It's just really cool for someone to notice that I've done anything.
And done things she has. A 4.0 student who has been active in speech and debate, choir and drama, My Future, My Choice, tutoring, Red Cross Club, Interact Club, volunteering, and even works a part-time job. But there's one thing she does that especially stands out.
Oh, having a really good day, I can tell. Okay, go. Oh, no. All right. You look so pretty today. Yay, it's a good day, you guys. I'm glad. Did you have a good weekend? Why don't you tell me about it?
She's taught me and a bunch of other people that there's so much more that you can do for the people around you, and I find that really cool.
So it was a good weekend. Come on. Why don't you tell me about it?
And being a friend and an advocate, as she is with the life skills students, is just one of the many things we can learn from Lacy.
I really love Kelsey. She's nonverbal, but she's so sweet. And she's clearly intelligent. We talk through her talk box, and so usually I'll read that out loud so everyone can tell what we're talking about. Why are giraffes so slow to apologize? I don't know, Kelsey. Why are giraffes so slow to apologize? Now when I see her like in the lunchroom or we're going down the hallway, I always say, hey, Kels, and I'll pat her on the back, just let her know that I'm definitely thinking about her.
Thinking of others is simply a way of life for Lacy. From the time she was 8 years old, she has helped care for her family. Her brother is disabled, her mother's diminishing health had at times been life-threatening, and while her father always worked hard to provide, sudden unemployment combined with crippling medical costs left the family at poverty level.
I will acknowledge that they are challenges, but in my life I haven't felt challenged in that way because it's something that we've always faced as a family together. Obviously, I've always known my brother was disabled, but there comes a point when I realize, he has dreams like I do. He has aspirations like I do.
Something she would understand as she struggled to reframe some of her own dreams. With over 3 years of French under her belt, a Rotary scholarship, and the first deposit made.
We got in a car accident, and so it's like we have one car that we can all really use, one family car. And it's so weird how the cost to replace that car was very similar to the cost to go to France. Looking back, think that it was the right choice for me to be here. I've gotten to do so many really amazing things, and I've set myself up for a future where I could own France if I wanted to.
Impossible thinking? Perhaps not.
Yes, I was accepted to my dream college, which is huge, so huge. Like, you can be a perfect student and fit into every box that people tell you to fit in and not get in there. And in some ways I feel like I didn't fit into that box, but they saw something.
It's no surprise, along with all she's accomplished, Stanford saw a little something more in Lacy's outlook on life.
Maybe I was wrong. Like, everything was meant to be the way it was so that I could get in there.
So what inspires her to choose this perspective?
Kyle has charge, but I think he's overcome that. Like, as far as he's come, it's more than anyone would have thought. This kid, he went all the way to Japanese 3, but he still, he came back and he's actually really good at it.
You did Japanese 3?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It wasn't my best year from my second year, but I still tried and stuff, and Sensei was a pretty cool teacher.
He got an A.
Oh.
So I think that's a good indicator right there.
Do you think maybe that choice, as well as your stick-to-itiveness to get Japanese done and high school done and get outside and play like the other kids, maybe inspired Lacy?
I guess, in a way, possibly.
What do you think Lacy would be back on it?
Gee, well, I would think it absolutely did. There was actually a section on my Common App where I wrote about Kyle, because you are inspirational. He's an inspirational kid.
And when asked how Lacy has impacted him,
She's inspired me to want to go to college and all that kind of stuff and go to like the CFCC and try all that stuff.
Yet despite all they've been through, they can still be just like any other siblings.
What's the one that makes you the maddest of all, or the one you're most willing to talk about?
Do I have to say?
So just how does this high desert hero look at life and what lies before her?
Yes, there are roadblocks. We all have them, but what we allow them to control and do to us, is our own choice. And Kyle chooses to not be on a feeding tube anymore. He chooses to not be as shy as he once was. And I make choices too to do the next thing and keep going. We choose not to let our challenges keep us down. It's just going to set me up to make the biggest impact I possibly can, whatever that is.
I've learned from Lacy, and this is knowing some of the things that she and her family, some of the challenges that they faced, but every day she'll show up at school with a smile on her face and a positive attitude, and to me that's inspiring.